Hey, good day. Welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Okay, I had it ready. Now it's not ready. But current blood sugar after breakfast is 6.5. I'm sure before 10 o'clock it will start to go up again. I have 6.850 units of insulin. I am fully calibrated. Have a break of the basal because I got fairly down low, so I don't need the basal. Haven't had any correction since just before 7, so it's smooth sailing right now. I've had 2 breakfasts, it looks like here, but actually what it was I miscalculated the amount of carbs in breakfast, so I had to do another medication. So, all in all, pretty good. Still holding 100%. This has come down a bit. I think I was around 7.6 or 7.8. Now I'm down to 7.4. 100% time in range. Not much else we can really talk about this, except it's a definite win day for me. And I don't know if it's me looking at this all the time. See me looking? I'm looking, studying very hard. Or it's all psychological. But I do like seeing the 100%, achieving that 100%. It's a win. Today, I want to discuss I did something right. Oh my God. We've done something right. Oh, send the news out to newspapers. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. Doing something right. There's nothing better when you go to the doctor's office and your doctor tells you that you have actually completed something right. That whether you corrected correctly or your blood sugars are all in line, it's a real win when you've been told you've done something right. Now, nothing's even better than saying, you were perfect last week, or since the last visit. That's a very rare thing to win, but it can happen. These little wins, this is what I'm talking about. It gives you self-pride that you have beaten diabetes. So, sorry, itchy ear. All those times you've had what you consider to be negatives, you could sit there and say, oh yes, I've done the negative. I'm not that great at doing it. Oh, I'm such a loser. And you could really set yourself up for failure right across the board. I tell you to celebrate your wins. On days that I don't get 100, somewhere in here or somewhere taking a look at these, allow you to say, hey, we have a win. There's something in there that we've done. And now we just have to work on getting it all done for you. it's not something that you can achieve. We can all achieve this. Part of taking recording your blood sugars or taking a look at your pump reports is to learn how things are going. Do you need to make adjustments? Your doctor may have given you plans on how to set up your pump, or I don't suggest this, you may come up with a way of correcting for yourself. Now, hemoglobin A1C for a type 1 diabetic, we want less than 7%. To get a pump in the province of British Columbia financing, I believe for 3 months, you must have a hemoglobin A1C less than 9. Now, I don't know if that's to get a new pump or to get your first pump or whatever. But if you're going to go and you're going to get all these add-ons, whether it be an insulin pump, a CGM, you're going to have to use them. Because when you start using them, this is where you start to see your wins, and your wins are going to start to be big. One day you're going to go to your doctor, you're going to sit down in the exam room, and he or she's going to say, "Hey, great job." The last time I sat down with my nurse, well, we do it through telephone. She said, "There's not much here to really discuss. Your blood sugars are down, your insulin's down. Everything looks super." This time, I pre-looked at my reports. And you know what? It's even better. So, you need to ensure that you try to do all these reports you take, whether it be mechanically generated or you sat down there with a pen and paper and wrote down everything. You wrote down your carbs. You wrote down how much food you take. You write down when you had the lows, and you star everything and you highlight everything. Does no good if you're not going to look at it and come up with a game plan. So when you go to your doctor and the doctor says, "Well, I saw you were a little high on such and such a date. Any reasoning for this?" And you will probably get, "I don't know." Or, sorry, the doctor will probably get the response, "I don't know, it just happened." I feel my chats with my diabetic nurses has improved in that I can now say, "Yes, but look at this number." I've challenged them a few times. So, what about doing this and this? Getting feedback before I go off and try something. Because I've been the diabetic where I've done something without discussing it with the doctor, and I ended up in an emergency, which wasn't a great plan anyway. Now, I'm not saying you have to run to your doctor every 5 minutes, but you can be prepared for your chats with your doctor. Know what you're walking into. Know if your blood sugars have been extremely high or you're having problems with lows. Come up with reasonings for it. Have pertinent questions. Well, this happened, but did this happen because of that? This helps you learn and gets you a better understanding of your blood sugars. Type 1 diabetes is by no means an easy disease, and you may feel that you are a diabetes expert. But even the best diabetes expert can, can win and learn and grow. Other things you may look at if you don't have an endocrinologist is get an endocrinologist. You're important enough to get the endocrinologist and to grow. Don't sort of, oh, well, I go see my doctor. Well, chances are your doctor may have a small amount of diabetes education, but they probably, excuse me for one sec, they probably won't have a lot of it. You want a doctor who specializes in diabetes care, and that doctor is called an endocrinologist. And doing all these, what is that going to do? That's going to start where you're going to get, you've done stuff right. You can challenge your doctor. If you've had to go, let's get rid of that to me now. If you have to go see your doctor or it's your monthly and you just did not do well, you know you totally tanked with your blood sugars and your blood sugars control. Sorry, I don't know why I'm coughing today. Ask them, hey, what have I done right? And learn and continue doing that right, but choose another thing and grow with that. Your doctor may say, well, I'd like to try you on new insulin or a new dose. Great. What will this do? When can I expect more lows, less lows? Just every time you see your doctor or your diabetic nurse or your dietitian, take something away that you've learned. Another skill I have mentioned countless on this channel is ask the doctor questions. And I'm talking just any diabetic related questions. I try a majority of my visits to play Stump the Doctor, where I'd ask a question and I know that if he says, well, I'll have to look into that and get back to you, that he may not be got the answer right and we can win. But all in all, it helps you learn, it helps them learn. Don't worry about things. You need to hear those words that you got something right. And more as you grow in your life as a diabetic, work on getting those. So how are you going to work on getting those? Well, first of all, you're going to do research. You're going to find out reasons for your lack of control. And if it's something you did, you're going to learn from it and grow. Come up with possible answers of your own and see how well you're doing with the doctor. Stump the doctor. Come up with questions. That is how I learn. You'll be surprised. But you want to hear those words that you've done something right. And more times. And you know what? I can almost bet you, if you learn and start following the program, your visits to your endocrinologist will start to be less and less stressful. Keep that in mind. And with that, we're going to call it a day. Have a great day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye now. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.